Hello guys, welcome once again to Think Tank TV, my people. Wonder shall never end. Wonder shall never end in this country called Nigeria. Now, for all those who were having high hopes in the so-called Theobath Global Foundation that was going to be releasing over 1.8 million naira to each person, gather here. I want to show you what exactly has happened to your so-called leader. But before I do that, I want you to hear some of the words of those guys who call themselves clusters, who are always out there trying to convince people to calm down and wait for a so-called disbursement that never comes. These guys sound so convincing. If you listen to them, you will fall for them. So lately, some people actually wanted to go on a protest saying that the so-called disbursement from the Theobath Global Foundation was being so much delayed. What was going to be the way forward? Now, I'm going to play to you some of the words of the so-called leaders of Theobath Foundation before I give you the full gist of what exactly has happened to their so-called leader, who was promising them that a foundation called Ford Foundation was going to be releasing $20 billion. Went ahead to rake monies from these guys and enrich himself. Do want to listen to this voice note, and I'll be coming back to give you the full details as Efcc has put it.
I carefully listened to some guys that gather themselves in some platform, all in the name of doing meeting for protest. And after listening to their jargon, I weep bitterly, because it's unfortunate that we cannot advise ourselves on important issues of relevance when we are desperate for something to be done. It's no longer a news, and it is also a well-known fact that majority of us in grand community, we have suffered a lot, invested our money, waiting for grant to be disbursed. Grant that doesn't even have the light in Nigeria. Different grant over the year that doesn't have the light to show. And the only one, which is Theobath Global Foundation, that have the light, and we are waiting for disbursement. So far, if you are acquainted with the latest development of things in Theobath Global Foundation, you will be rest assured that yes, we have gone beyond the level at which we used to be previously in the years past. But unfortunately, it is today I come to understand and to as well realize that ignorance is indeed a very bad disease that is killing so many people. When you are ignorant of some things, if you are not careful, if you are not good in investigation, if you are not good in asking questions, you will make a lot of mistakes that you will live to regret for the rest of your life. Now, when I listen to those guys talking, I discover that it's indeed ignorant that they are suffering from. You know nothing of what Professor Theophilus is doing about this disbursement. You don't know nothing. You don't know how many times he has had meeting with CBN governor. You don't know how many times he has had meeting with different relevant authority as it has to do with Theobath disbursement. But all you got to do is to gather yourself and be warming up for protest. On which ground? What is the subject matter of your protest? Before you embark on a journey, sit down, go into dialogue, do your findings, verify issues on ground, and then come to a final conclusion on how you are going to go about it. Ladies and gentlemen in grand community, lest I forget, my name is Dr. Ambassador Peters, aka New Man, the National Ambassador of Theobath Global Foundation. I am here this lovely evening, the 18th of January 2024, just to address this issue that somebody brought on my table about protest. What is protest? What do you know about protest? And what do you know about the grant in Nigeria? And what do you know that is the challenge that is facing grant disbursement in Nigeria? And if I may ask, you that is talking that Professor Theophilus is not doing anything to disburse his money.
Now, all those people that belong to the Theobath Global Foundation busy shouting that a foundation was going to give over 1.8 million naira to each individual, gather here. The truth is finally here. Now, Efcc arrests pastor for 1.3 billion fake grant money laundering. Operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has arrested the General Overseer of Faith on the Rock Ministries International, Apostle Theophilus Oloche Ebonyi, for defrauding church members and other Nigerians using fake grants from the Ford Foundation to the tune of 1.3 billion naira. Wow, my people, wahala no too much. Ebonyi was arrested for defrauding his victims, comprising non-governmental organizations and individuals, by advertising an intervention project through his NGO, Theobath Global Foundation, claiming that the Ford Foundation was offering a grant of $20 billion to assist less privileged in the society. Now, we all know of this grant. This grant went actually very viral in Nigeria. A lot of people believed it. They kept raising the hope of many Nigerians, all in a bid to defraud them. Ebonyi was arrested for defrauding his victims. He allegedly beguiled his victims to subscribe as beneficiaries of the phony grant by asking them to pay for registration forms and clusters. Through his arrangement, Ebonyi allegedly raked 1,391,040,031 kobo. His subscribers are innocent and unsuspecting Nigerians and NGOs across the country. Investigations by EFCC shows that the Ford Foundation had no arrangement whatsoever. Grants, relationship or business with Ebonyi. The foundation reportedly disclaimed him and his NGOs, stressing that it had no link whatsoever with them. The commission has also traced 5 properties he acquired as proceeds of his criminal dealings. Ebonyi is still reportedly reaching his subscribers on some social media platforms to market his scrupulousous grants from Ford Foundation. He would be charged to court as soon as investigations are concluded. You have seen it first. You see, some people, not everybody, there are still genuine pastors in town, but the truth of the matter is that it's not everybody that answers pastor that is actually a pastor. I've heard it from so many people. Some people only use that name as a camouflage for them to go ahead and do their unscrupulous activities to defraud people. So we keep saying to people that when you hear people answer the name, you need to check their base, you need to check their roots, you need to check their antecedents, you need to check their track record. It's not just somebody waking up to say he's a pastor and he goes ahead to defraud people. So this is a call for people to be awakened to the realities on ground. That so-called grant that is still going ahead to defraud people is fake. Please intentionally do well to share this video to your friends and family. Let them not continue falling a prey to these so-called criminals that go ahead to promise them monies that do not exist at all. Many thanks indeed to all our viewers and returning subscribers who do not take it lightly. I'd like you to intentionally do well to hit the like button so that YouTube can recommend this video for more people to see and watch, to know that the so-called Theobath Global Grant Foundation was a fraud. See you on our next video. Bye for now.